Yeah, Rap Radar Podcast, Elliot Wilson.
This is B-Dot.
B-Dot, we're in California, baby.
Back at it again.
Yeah, round two.
I know this guy, man, but he's a little different now.
Yeah.
Knock it off, man. Knock it off. Knock it off. Don't do that.
Grammy nominated?
Yeah, that's
Nip
crazy.
Hussle?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's
Congratulations, Nip.
Thank you.
Round of
Hey,
applause.
bro,
We're going to drink to that.
Thank you. Let's toast to
Yes.
that.
to that, man.
Yes, sir.
Grammy nominated.
Thank you.
Long time coming.
Victory lap.
How does it feel?
I mean,
Let me tell you what he said. He tried to get all humble.
what I say?
It said Rolling Stone. He said, those opinions can deliver a really prestigious award to an artist, but it's just opinions at the end of the day.
Just opinions.
I mean,
That's your humble response.
it's people though.
Yeah.
I didn't know the process until, I did a walkthrough a little before the nominations came out. And they just explained the process of how they pick, And when they explained it to me, it's artists, it's producers, it's people in the music industry, and it's like a voting process.
Yeah.
So it's just people's opinion, you know what I mean? It's just how people feel, but that award is so prestigious that those people's opinions can deliver you a Grammy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I meant by that, not to like downplay
Yeah.
what that is, but it feel good as an artist for people to appreciate your art. You know what I mean? Whoever it is. If it's somebody that be like, man, that shit changed my life, bro, or if it's the Grammy. So
Yeah.
any form of appreciation is always like, man, that's dope,
But to set that template, I mean, you from Jump was like trying to make this like album of the year worthy type body of work.
Yeah.
It has to feel like another level of validation to the work that you put in.
That's crazy. I try not to let it feel like validation, but it does feel like appreciation or recognition. But it's like my whole goal with this wave that we just went through with the Victory Lap release was just I wanted the story to be music around me. You know what I mean? It was always like, oh, great marketing, good businessman, real nigga, authentic. I wanted it to be music. I wanted the story to be music, and I intentionally did things. Even how I talked in the end, I made everything about the music this time. And so for it to be recognized the way it's being recognized and for it to be a music moment, that's what I wanted.
Not just a business act.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's the bottom line. At the end of the day, we hustlers, but we artists too. And I wanted this time around, I wanted to put all the attention on the music,
Were you apprehensive about putting Victory Lap out at the top of the year? Because, we're in December and people are still talking about it. People get lost in the shuffle.
I mean, I considered that, but then I play Volume 2 still from Jay. I play.
Don't get beat out.
I ain't say nothing.
I ain't even mean to say that to beat out. My bad.
I guess it's my favorite.
That's his favorite Jay.
Nah, but I play Machiavelli from Pac still.
Yeah.
Timeless classic, like authentic music. I play The Fix from Scarface still. I play Miseducation for my daughter. I introduce her to classic music, so I don't feel like I don't try to consider. Oh, it's going real fast right now. Everybody's dropping. I try not to think in that term. I'm thinking like, make some great music and people gonna appreciate it and be able to live with it. Yeah.
So when the nominations came out, you were in the gym at 5 a.m, something like that?
How'd you know that?
It was an interview.
Oh, I said that. Yeah, I was
Can
working
you Snoop
out.
Dogg on? We trying to get buff up here.
We had just been working out for like a week. We had started a new program. And so we were just in there. I didn't know that it was going to be announced that early, but it came out 8:30 New York time, which was 5:30 LA time. And my engineer jumped up, G, and just was like, celebrating. He don't normally say too much. He's more like just get the work done, but you know what I mean? He like, yeah, it's official. So I checked my Twitter, I seen the feed. I'm like, damn, that's big.
Yeah. The other thing I saw you say is it's rewarding for you to be recognized because people feel like this is a really strong year in hip hop. Like there were a lot of big releases.
That's another thing. This was everybody put music out. Everybody put albums out this year, and everybody put out great rap music this year. It was a ton of classics. It was like legendary artists drop music, new artists drop classics, which is great music that got them, looked at, and then the artists in my class that been around, I feel like solidified themselves again and just like kind of prove why they still here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a busy year.
Right. I feel like the ones that most did the marketing though, like that this is the rap album of the year was like you and Pusha T.
Right.
Like you both was on that program. Like
No, J-Rock too.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Redemption was a classic too. I feel like, they
Shout out to J-Rock.
And I don't like to tell people what they should do as far as like, oh, y'all should have put that in, but I feel like that was a great rap album this year.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that because the interesting thing is that B-Dot, like some of the nomination categories, they increase it to 8 nominations.
Yeah, I saw that.
But with the rap album was
best rap
still
album was
5.
gonna be increased also.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you who you would add because they did Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy, Mac Miller, Swimming, You, Pusha, Daytona, Travis Scott, Astroworld. So that's no J Rock, that's no The Carters, that's no, like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of other ones that could have been in that consideration.
Yeah, that's I would add J Rock.
Yep.
I would probably, what else came out rap?
We had Royce the 5'9", KOD, Kendrick.
I would add KOD.
Oh yeah, Cole. Yeah, Cole.
You know what I'm saying? The album, I
Very
think
stood out to
when
Cole
you think
in
about
your
an
eyes.
album, like best rap
Body
album,
of work.
you gotta consider that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just it was like conceptual.
Whether
you know
that's
what
your
I mean?
type of hip hop or not.
You gotta
That's what it
consider,
was,
I
'cause the
think.
musically stuff's put together.
Yeah, I would say them. It was a gang of great rap music.
Because
Yeah.
you was criticizing the state of the game on some stuff like the weirdo rap y'all used to, but it seems like even with ushering your music, it's like it just seems like it was celebrated now in a climate that seems like it's in a better space, like hip hop is.
Yeah, I think this year was like, and I don't even want to be like an old school fundamental, you know what I mean? But just like rap, like people I think revisited like the core of what we love about rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So is Nip Hussle an influence in that? Because like B-Dot said, you set that template at the top of the year. Sometimes things that happen at the top of the year
Influence
influence the cycle.
I might be. You like to say that.
You'll take that?
I mean, I could look at it and say that, but who knows how long you've been working on projects? You know, it take more than a couple months to put together an album. So I feel like maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what people was thinking, but that's something to look at. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I didn't think you were gonna get nominated because I didn't think the Grammys were gonna, get it right this year. But let's say you do win. You have an acceptance speech prepared and all that good stuff.
Nah, not yet. I don't have a speech yet. Nah, I will though. I ain't going up there empty. I'm gonna have something if I,
You got the outfit planned out?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm trying to finish my studio. I'm building a new studio.
Oh, for real?
That's been my main focus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have it together by February.
No problems at the award show this year too, Nip, because we so
Knock it
happy
off.
at the.
Knock that off. Yeah, stop that.
Let's call it victory slap.
Nah, don't do that.
How do you do the open hand slap with the flip flops on, man? The form is immaculate, man. How do you do that,
Y'all
brother?
gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta
You
stop.
said victory rap was whack. You said what?
Nah. Man,
But how are you
what I
just-
will say though,
Yeah.
BT, they kept it all the way 100 with me. AG did, the people that actually own the property. I had to speak to executives from both of them companies, and when I explained what happened and my intentions of coming to the show and how I do business, they understood and they're like, you know what, we gonna let you keep.
Yeah, because
perform.
it was a big viral moment, but it seemed
Right.
like it got handled professionally,
Right.
like quickly behind
and
the
for
scenes.
real, that ain't what I represent.
Right.
That ain't, people be impressed by that type of shit, but we trying to do business.
Yeah.
And that's really a mistake. I got a team in front of me for that. You know what I mean? But we men, and sometimes you go off your rocker a little bit.
Yeah. No, but it's crazy because it's like, because the other side of it, right, is like we known you in the game for a minute, but it's like now you're like in the TMZ radar more. People look at everything you're doing more.
Right.
Like if you at the Laker game and boys get into it, Rondo and Chris Paul, they're like, why they pulling his pants up like he got ready to go?
I thought it was gonna spill into where I was at. It was like close. You feel me? Oh, come on, man. I'm not jumping in no NBA fight. I know that.
Word up. Let's talk about a little bit of the music. Because last time we interviewed, the album wasn't even out.
Right.
So now I'm listening to with fresh ears or whatnot. But I noticed on the intro you had Wifey do some vocals.
You got that?
I caught that.
Did I tell you that?
Nah, I caught that.
How'd you? Oh no, you seen the credits.
So the
That's how you
credits,
seen that.
yeah.
That's her saying victory lap. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then all through the album, in between songs, you hear a woman voice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
on. Yeah.
Oh, so she's getting pub on the album too? Royalties?
Like some she. What? How much is that worth? How much percent is that worth? You tell me, V-Dot, what she deserve.
She deserves everything.
I don't know.
Deserves it
I
all.
don't know about
The
everything.
title, man.
Yeah.
You have a favorite song? Because it probably changes from day
I
to
like
day, right?
I like Victory Lap.
Victory Lap?
That's one of
Yeah.
my favorite records. Yeah, on the album. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
What's
you?
your favorite, Elliot?
You know what I did? I went through each song. I'm a nerd, and I was like, I wanted to ask you about a key line from each
Right.
record.
All right.
You know
we
what
can
I'm
do that.
saying?
What's your
Wanna do
favorite?
I think it's Make a Million While You're Young.
Right.
And I have a hot take about it. I feel like this album is very motivational. So whenever you get like a paycheck or you get some money or windfall, I listen to that record and think about how it's invested. I said on Twitter that I think the second verse is like a TED Talk for, how to save money and stash
Right.
and whatnot. And I really like that record. Who's doing that little interview part? Like, who is that?
It's It was actually from an interview
okay.
with a real estate developer named Don Peoples. He was being interviewed. The guy speaking is the interviewer.
Yeah.
So he was asking Don Peoples, tell me about your deal that made your first million.
Yeah.
And I actually know Don Peoples through my business partner, Dave Gross. And when I sampled it, I didn't know him. And I just randomly, through our real estate stuff we doing, 6 degrees of separation, Dave was real close with him. We met.
Oh, wow.
And so that's how we got it cleared.
Wow.
Yeah.
But like Elliot said, there are lines that I like on the intro, the fuck I wanna hear your CD4.
Yeah.
Like that just resonates with me. Like,
Yeah. That's one of my favorite lines.
yeah. You had somebody in mind when you said that one.
I mean, that was one of the songs that I just went in the booth and I ain't really write to it. So that was just like
And
a
that was
natural
usually
reaction.
called Mean Streets, right? And you didn't even know it was going to be the intro,
Yeah,
per se, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
That was one of the, when we did the sequencing, that was one of the last decisions I made was to put that record first. Because I had it was kind of hard for me to figure out what I was going to put first.
Yeah.
I was going to put Right Hand of God first. Just because it sounded like an introduction, you know what I mean? But when I really thought about it, I'm like, this need to be, actually, Cobby told me that. We was listening to the songs, Cobby like, put that first, bro. He like, that's the intro. And I listened to it, I'm like, you right.
No, the first 5, like, Victory Lap Rap Niggas, Last Time I Checked, it's just it's the highest bar. Like I think if any album, like even if you don't necessarily think if you want to debate if it's not the best album, I think you have to can't. It's hard to not argue that the first 5, the energy of like the way the album kicks off, it sets the standard.
Nah, thank you.
And that comes down to sequencing. So I know that must have been very painstaking to like.
It took a long time, but thing about albums or projects when you done, you done. Once you got, you know what I mean? I think I did like the last verse to Blue Laces and then the last verse to Last Time I Checked. And then those was the last verses I did and we was done. Yeah. We had a ton of songs that was like concepts that could all be finished. But when I did those 2 last verses and finished those 2 last records, it was like we done. You know
Is there anything you would have done differently? Listen back on it?
Yep. I'm gonna do it on the second album. But I did learn as I went on tour and just, you know what I'm saying, went out into the world. I'm like, okay, I see what I got, I see what I don't have, I see what I need, you know what I mean? But as a project, as a concept, I think I executed on the concept. You know what I mean?
And you always said that part of what makes it good is the stories and that they're rooted in truth.
Right.
You even on Young Nigga, you say no exaggeration for the content of my songs.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that you always say that one thing that resonates with classic material, whether it's from like Adele or Lauryn Hill or whoever, is the honesty in the music.
Right.
How did you continue to push yourself to execute it that way or give that level of like honesty and sincerity?
I really went back and listened to my mixtape catalog, and I was just like, what did I do over the course of these 10 projects that got people into this music I'm making?
The movement. Yeah.
What happened? What did I do? And I just listened, and I'm like, what songs can I still listen to from 08, from 09, 010, and I could still listen to a few, not all of them, but I remember it kind of gave me some insight on, you know what I mean, what I did right, and when I went into this project, I just was like, I want every line to be something that, if we cut the music off, it's solid. You know what I mean? It's not I want every song, every hook, every verse, every line, I just want it to be pure and just on the bullseye. And we had to do a lot of songs and take a lot of time, but what I thought was like, damn, if I'd have took 3 off of this mixtape, 2 off of this mixtape, 1 off of this one, 4 off of this one, I'd have had a timeless piece of work. And that's what the fans are into you for, because they got all of them. And they probably made their playlist, you know what I mean? But if they'd have got it all on one project, that project would have been timeless.
So what are some of like those classic in your mind, like for the hardcore Nip fans?
Hustle in the House.
Like if they wanted to make a playlist.
Yeah, Hustle in the House, right? The Hustle Way, off Volume 3, right? Rap Music, off Volume 3. That's a record I feel like is a pure record.
Key to the City.
Key to the City.
I thought that was gonna be on the Victory Lap when I first saw the track list. He was like, nah.
No, this is new. Yeah, that's part 2. Yeah, a record like Keys to the City. Blue Laces.
Blue Laces.
So songs you did sequels to also kind of hold that.
That's
like
why I did sequels.
Symbol
that's why I did sequels to them.
Yeah.
I got a record on the Marathon called Love. You know what I'm saying? I think like, Ocean Views off Slauson Boy 2.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying?
I was Save the World, right?
Face the World.
Face
off
the World.
Crenshaw.
Sorry, Face the World.
Knife Wonder produced that.
Yeah.
You See Us.
Yeah.
Check Me Out.
Check me out.
You know what I'm saying? Slauson and Crenshaw, True Story. The outro on Crenshaw. I think them is times when I hit my bullseye.
Yeah.
Me as a fan,
Yeah.
you know, you make music for the time sometimes, or you feel like, damn, I need to be stronger in this area. Let me do a feature. But then when the time is over and you just look back, it's certain songs that's just like you purely just being yourself, getting off on them records.
Yeah.
And so that's what I try to do on the Victory.
Also,
Lap.
was interested with the orchestration about using other voices, like whether it's a CeeLo or the Dream, all these different elements.
Right.
Like, what was that transition like for you to like not even just rely so much just on yourself, but like Travis Scott, I think, does an amazing job of using other collaborators and putting them in position. But you execute that in a similar way on this album where they're showcased well, whether it's Buddy, whether it's Dream, whether it's CeeLo.
A lot of that was Steve-O. Steve-O was taking records that I didn't do hooks on, and he wouldn't tell me nothing. He'd send it back. You know what I mean? It'd have Dream on it, and Dream would be going crazy. And I'm like, all right, yeah, that's crazy. And then, you know what I mean? He reached out and he got the CeeLo record done also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Buddy was just a young dude that we was in the same studio. He was working with Mike and Keys.
Yeah.
And so we met, and he's somebody that to be around him, like, you're gonna end up believing in him and loving him, you know what I'm saying? So I just seen him do his first couple mixtapes. I'm like, nah, this dude an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He from Compton, and you know, he a young dude out the West, so I just became a fan, and we was always around each other, so that was a record that he did originally. I asked him to let me have that for my album. Yeah.
How did you get Puff involved? Like, you don't realize that.
Damn,
you had the
how me and Puff,
you
like,
had the
I think-
Sean Combs touch it, the whole
I think
thing.
Bug introduced us originally, and then I think like last time I checked, video dropped, and Puff hit me like, man, you look like you doing yoga, nigga. What you got going on over there? You know what I'm saying? You look like you focused, nigga. You on some shit. You look like you focused. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like you about to drop a classic on. I'm like, pull up on me. I'm like, yeah, I'm pulling up. I pulled up, played the records, and then, you know, we just had a convo about the music, and you know what I'm saying? He was just like, you know, I told him what I wanted as a producer. I mean, as an artist from a producer, and he like, let's do it. You know, I ain't worked on no rap in a while, and we just open the records up and start, you know what I'm saying, trying to make them better, take them to the next level. Really, I would say Puff's major impact is on rap niggas. He told me, he played Natural Born Killers, and he like, if it don't sound like this,
Ice Cube,
go back to the drawing board, bro. This record is way louder, and it came out in the 90s. How? This shit way more aggressive. You got to get your shit on that level, the production. And we went back and beefed it up.
So you felt you had a concept, but you wasn't fully executing it.
Yeah, it ain't get all the way where we was trying to take it until we went back after that combo and was like, all right, boom. And then we kind of like juiced it up.
And then how'd you get him to talk on Young Niggas? I heard you had everybody make sure when he came in the booth, they applauded him when he came out the booth.
We was all smoking and drinking. We just was like, we was trying to get him to get in the booth. And I was trying to get him on Rap Niggas because I wanted him in the video like he was with Nas.
Heavy Now.
Yeah. But he like, nah, I like Young Niggas. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. He like, I'm going right now. All right, go in. And he started, you know what I'm saying? You know, an artist, bro, it's like, you don't want to, you really, let me say this, as a producer, you want to be able to make your artist comfortable to just unlock and go big and just go all the way in.
Comfortable.
Yeah, so when he's in artist mode, I'm in producer mode now. I'm like, you know, when he come out, you pump him up, let him know that shit fire, because I wanted him to like unlock and go all the way in. But he didn't need us to. I was just trying to like keep the energy up. Yeah.
And you had the remix coming soon? We talked about that a little bit.
We got the remix, yeah. Okay. I mean, I just teased it on Instagram a while ago, but I haven't mapped out how I'm gonna drop it yet. We was gonna put it out early, but then
This is for Young Nigga?
No, for Rap Niggas.
Rap Niggas.
He talking about the Rap Niggas remix. Yeah, so we had a little audible in the team. We was planning on doing something, so we pulled the record back. We still got it, and we gonna release it. We just ain't got the plan yet.
I was kind of surprised, even though you had this banner year, outside of Victory Lap, it feels like you were kind of quiet.
Right.
Like outside of, you would think, you know, when you dropped a great album, you would do features, you know, a lot of collaborations, but you weren't, you kind of scaled back. Was that strategic?
I just wanted the album to get the attention.
Okay.
I've been working, I've been doing a lot of business stuff too, but I really just wanted the album to get its full attention and really go deep into the album, shoot videos. We've been shooting videos all year. went on tour.
Right.
And then, you know, it's a lot of business stuff I'm doing behind the scenes too. But, you know, I really wanted the focus to be on the album this year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned videos. You said the Double Up video was based on a real experience.
Roughly, you know what I mean? Roughly, yeah. It was slightly autobiographical. Yeah.
That's like my second favorite song. Like, I know that song was special because I played it so many times.
Right.
And I realized, yo, this song is 6 minutes.
Right.
And I'm running it back multiple times.
Super long.
It's a great record.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
What's the other record you said? You said that's your second favorite?
Oh, the first one is Make a Million While You're Young, so Double Up is like number 2.
Why was Double Up a bonus track though? Seemed like that.
I just couldn't find a place for it in the sequence. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of slow, so I didn't want the tempo to drag too much throughout the project.
Yeah.
But you know, I had took it off the album at first.
Wow.
And then you know, one of the people at Atlantic like, bro, please, you tripping. Put that back on the record. So I'm like, all right, I liked it too, but since you said that, all right, I'll keep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I couldn't fit into the sequence. I couldn't find where it fit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How has it been with Atlantic? I mean,
Jay seemed to like it too, though. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
He
Jay put it on his
Yeah, he
playlist.
put it on his
Yeah.
playlist. That was love.
Yeah. With the whole Atlantic deal, like when we first got with you last year around this time, you had just got the deal. It was a big deal. Like, you know, what does it mean? Independent powerhouse, Nip Hussle,
Right.
breaking bread with
Right.
Julie Greenwald, Mike Kaiser,
Right.
all these people. Like,
Right.
now when you look at it now, like, do you feel like is again, not to go back to words like validation and vindication, is like is part of all this the master plan that you have elevated, that you necessarily didn't have to go like super commercial with it,
Right.
but you're being recognized on that bigger scale.
Right.
Is that signs that Atlantic is the right partner for you?
It was signs before that, you know, just how the whole album rollout went, just from the process of us signing to getting the album on the shelf or on the platforms. Just everything
Them
been
DSPs, them damn
all of that,
DSPs.
whatever it is now. Everything been solid across
Yeah.
the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had a convo with Julianne Kaiser just about that. Like, you know, shit been clean.
Yeah.
You know, I had an experience at a label that left me a little bit, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
skeptical
Yeah.
about just the relationship.
That you could do that.
Right, but just first and foremost was the terms we went back in on. They met the terms, and then after that, just the experience with them. Everybody been men and women of their word. You know what I'm saying? It been smooth and fluid the whole way.
Yeah. Even so, even after you drop the album, you get all the acclaim, you're like 2 months, 3 months in. How does the relationship still feel strong to you that you feel like that this is where I need to be?
I mean, it's just like I know what my job is, and I know what their job is. If everybody do their job, we good.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna be good. And so I'm focused on my job, and to know that the people that's, you know, the partners, they wake up every day, they focus on their job.
Yeah.
So we good. I don't got no other expectations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my job, you do yours. We gonna be solid. Clearly, they doing theirs. You feel me? So we good.
Right.
How was that tour too? You took the tour with the live band. Like,
Yeah, that was crazy.
What was that like?
That was dope. You know, the album was really a lot of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a lot of live music, so I wanted to perform them records with that band, you know, so it was dope, man. You know, we got Rolling Loud coming up too. So we're gonna have a band out for Rolling Loud in a couple of days. Yeah.
That's dope. I was thinking, you talked about earlier how, you know, mentioned some of your old songs that you felt like you hit the target on. So I was, you know, going back and I thought about this record from Volume 1, Bullets. That On Me.
I put that on me.
Yeah, put that on me.
Yeah.
And there's a story that you talk about, like how you and Fats, rest in peace.
Was in Vegas.
Y'all was in Vegas.
Yeah.
And can you explain that whole story?
Man, that's a real story.
So the cops took y'all car, y'all riding dirty, and the cops took your car, and you had to walk to.
Yeah, we was driving back to LA from Vegas. So it's a town in between LA and Vegas called Barstow. And it's basically the halfway point between Vegas and LA. It's 2 hours from LA, it's 2 hours from Vegas. So we was in Barstow, and little did we know Barstow's a racist town. I never stopped in Barstow unless we was like going to, it's like a little halfway point to Vegas, so you might use a bathroom, get some gas, and keep going. But we got pulled over. I'm smoking. No, matter of fact, Fat's smoking, but I'm driving. No, matter of fact, he driving because he gonna drive.
His license revoked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so let me think, look, who's driving first? Yeah, I drove the first half, which was from Vegas to Barstow, and I didn't smoke because I'm like, if police bump us, I don't want to be high.
Yeah.
So boom, we get halfway, I tap Fats, you drive. I'm about to light this blunt, but you get behind the wheel. His license revoked. I got a license though. He like, all right, so he driving, he's speeding, police bumpers. Man, we got hammers behind the AC. all they gotta do is shine the flashlight. They gonna see the guns. So I'm like, damn, you know, fuck it. I don't think the police that interested. I think he just was speeding.
Right.
So boom, police bump us. He like, get out the car. He searched the car, don't find nothing. License, fast license revoked. I'm like, I got a license. He like, yeah, but you high. I smell the weed, because I'm telling him, the driver wasn't smoking, I was smoking.
Right.
He like, yeah, but you high, you can't drive. I'm like, bro, we in the desert. You know what I'm saying? You can't impound a car out here, bro. It's like coyotes and shit, bro, and mountains. You feel me? You can't take the car, bro. Where we gonna go?
Right.
He like, bro, I'm taking the car, but it's a little truck stop. I'll take you right here, you know? We like, damn. So he take the car, impound the car. Mind you, got 2 guns in the car.
Right.
And drop us at the truck stop. It's like 6 in the morning now. We walk in this little restaurant at the truck stop. Everybody head turn. Like Life, you seen Life?
Yeah.
When Martin and Eddie Murphy asked for the white only pie?
Right.
Yeah, we walked in one of them places. And they just looked at us. And we like, you know, we ordered some food. And, you know, we like, man, we sick. We like, where's the bus station? And this, you know, it wasn't Uber back then. We like, where's the bus station? We gotta catch a Greyhound. We had some static in Vegas. You know, we was out there hustling, so we took a L and, you know, had some police issues and was just trying to get back home. And they like, the Greyhound station a mile down the road, y'all could walk. We like, fuck it, we walking down the road. Bro, 2 people pulled up in a pickup truck, threw a bottle at us, and said, fuck niggers.
Wow.
I could not believe it. Was funny to me, bro. I'm just like,
it's insane. Like the last thing you expect. Yeah.
And we got the car impounded. We took an L in Vegas. Then we walking down the street in Barstow, and a motherfucker throw a bottle at us. It's like 2000 and something.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it's still racist people.
That
Niggas
way,
said,
right?
Yeah, I'm just like, damn. So, hold on. I did know it's still racist people, but I'm just like, you know,
wasn't thinking
it just
that
kind of
happen
saw
this
off guard.
moment,
And it was just like a movie. I couldn't believe it. So we walked to the Greyhound station, catch the bus back to LA, and you know how we got the car back and all that. That's another story.
That's another story.
Tell you off camera here.
What do you think Fats would think about all the success Victory Lap has had throughout this year?
Man, I think he would be satisfied and inspired, you know what I'm saying? And just feel like job well done. He worked with us from day one, you know what I'm saying? Like we was riding bikes, we was teenagers. And like he would be, what's the word? Like, I don't know, like just feel completed, you know what I'm saying? Feel like, you know what I mean? Full circle, job well done, like we did it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But even with the situation, like real life still is part of what's going on, because I saw your brother Sam bailed himself out recently.
Yeah. Just honestly, bro, like, that situation was just a case of the police just being devilish. You know what I'm saying? Just clearly just, they see what we doing. They see what the energy is. They see what direction we going in. And just the history of where we come from, they still hate that.
Yeah.
And so they take time, they take opportunities.
And you're still in that community,
and we
too.
still there. So it's a texture of things that happen that if it happened anywhere remotely close, they gonna try to put it on some involving us.
Yeah.
And so, you know, he bailed out, went to court and got
They said Nipsey bailed him out. Nipsey like, put some respect on his name and bailed himself out.
Don't do that at all.
1 million.
Yeah.
Sam.
But, you know, he went to court and thank God the case was, didn't even get picked up by the DA.
Oh, that's great.
You know what I'm saying? So his first court date, it got rejected.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
That's dope. I always thought about your brand, the marathon. You know, you talk about that all the time. You shout it out, and eventually marathons, you know, do have a finishing line.
Right.
Like, but for you, like, when do you feel like you're gonna come to your end of the race? Is there an end?
I mean, yeah, life. At the end of life, you
Right.
know. But I feel like it's not limited to music. That point of view, it's not just about making music. It's just about, you know, a mentality, in my opinion. Just you know how to take your lumps in life. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna take your L's. You're gonna have your ups and downs. So just a philosophy or a point of view on how to look at the journey. You know what I mean? You got where you at. You got where you're trying to be, and then you got all this shit in between that's not gonna matter when you get here. You know what I mean? So I feel like. And it was a way of inspiring myself also, just like a pep talk I was telling myself while I was in a vulnerable moment, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That the marathon, it goes on.
It
no
don't
matter
stop,
what.
you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this. It wasn't about this moment. I was doing this way back then. Doing this back then got me here. So reflect, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying? Keep it going.
Right.
What do you mean when you said never let a hard time humble us?
Never let a hard time humble us, because you know it's the game gonna test you. It's ups and downs, and so like, you know, you got to be who you are at all times. Right. You know what I mean? So, you know, just like a principle to live by. You know?
Yeah.
Even though we're still in the Victory Lap, are you working towards the next album already?
Oh, you want that exclusive to be that?
Because he's gonna give it to LeBron first. So LeBron's gonna be on
the Victory Lap up.
LeBron's gonna
what's
be on
crazy,
IG.
man? What's crazy, bro, is that, you know, I made no pressure after Victory Lap. You know what I'm saying? So all them records came after Victory Lap. Every one of them.
I like that EP.
Yeah, everything on there came
Just
after.
to show. We just
because I was working. I'm like, just what you said. How you gonna come with some records? Man, I got 50 songs in.
None of this could have been on Victory Lap though. That's like my favorite.
None of this.
Yeah,
it could have. And Stuck in the Grind could have been on Victory Lap too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just wanted to make music. We mixed the album. I got the album done, like mastered in my hand. All right, what we gonna do now? We gotta shoot videos. We gotta mix the music. We gotta do the marketing. I mean, we gotta work on some more music and then figure out the release and all that. But I don't wanna. I wanna stay in music mode. You know what I mean? Yeah. So to answer that, we got a ton of music. You know, I got like 2 other collab projects I did.
Right.
Bino with Bino, that we gonna figure out what to do with the records.
I saw you and Nipsey, you and Meek, but teasing something like you gonna do a collaboration album. Or...
You would download that? You would stream that?
Hell yeah! I'll give you $10 for it right now.
We gonna charge 100. We gonna do a proud to pay with that.
Proud to pay.
Nah, I think that'd be dope. I think that last Meek project. I mean, I think we all feel like that's his best project. I think that's, you know what I mean, like some classic street rap music that we ain't got in a long time. I think that people love to see that. We've been like talking about it for a while, doing records like that never came out, but I think it'll be crazy. Yeah.
There's also a gentleman, Dallas Lifestyles, is a tie-in with
Dallas Martin.
Yeah. He you know, A&R both your projects. Yeah. Can you talk about what he adds process?
And he got Roddy Ricch. That's, you know, he's been working with Roddy Ricch from early on. So, you know, just he had a great year. You know what I mean? What's crazy about Dallas, man, me and Dallas been talking about trying to figure out how to get me to put an album out proper. Yep. Since like 2011 when MMG was at Warner Brothers. And Todd Moskowitz was the executive. And so, you know what I mean, just to see how the growth he's had and the progress he made, that's somebody that, you know, I seen him work his way up and put his work in and you know, work for the position he got, you know what I mean? And he always believed in my shit and was like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, whenever it's time, you know what I mean, let's figure something out. And so it was dope. We got to work together when I came to Atlanta. Yeah,
how did he add to the process in your mind in terms of Victory?
I mean, this is what I learned at my last situation, that it got to be somebody that really believes in the building on the other side. You and your team got to believe in, but on that side also, it got to be somebody.
He got to represent you in the big corporate
and
structure.
Understands it also and can articulate it and say, no, listen, you know what I mean? And so
this is what Nip's trying to do here.
Yeah, and this is why this is important. This is why you got to, you know what I mean? And so it's not me saying it. Because of course I'm gonna say it, you know, I'm me.
The passionate artist.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But for somebody that's, you know, work on that side, and what they say is their reputation. So when they say things and it comes back as not true, that reflects poorly. So they gotta say things that they believe in and mean, and to have somebody campaigning on the inside is priceless. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like you gained new fans from Victory Lap?
100%. I never sold that many records on my mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? So that's a fact. We got more fans. But, you know, just going outside, I get more of a reaction after the album. Then, obviously, the mixtapes, we never had this level of marketing. I never was able to have this many videos and be able to get a proper rollout. You know, that's something Julie told me early. She was like, you know, I want to give you a long runway. I want to make sure you got a proper rollout. You never had that. You deserve to see what that'll do for you. And that's what we got to do with Victory Lap.
Are you surprised by some of the, I guess, people that had listened to Victory Lap?
Like who?
I saw you had a picture with Denzel Washington. Seems like y'all.
Oh man,
cool.
I don't know if you listened to the album.
Oh, okay.
You know, that was just, we was at a Laker game, and I had a story when I was a kid. You know, my sister's father used to work at the Forum, and the Lakers played at the Forum when I was young. So I'd be able to go to some of the games sometime. And, you know, we'd be at, you know, a little higher ups. And I used to be a little kid trying to sneak down there and get autographs. And so I snuck down and I seen Denzel and I'm like, Denzel, I was probably 8. I'm like, what's up? Let me get an autograph. But the security grabbed me. He like, nah, bro, like, go back to your seat. Denzel, like, or his wife tapped him. And he looked. Denzel like, watch out, man. Let the little kid come get an autograph. And I came down courtside.
Wow.
And he gave me an autograph. So now I'm sitting next to him.
Wow.
Years later. And I'm like, hey, I don't even mean to be in your space, but, man, I was a kid. We was at the Forum. And I told him what happened. I'm like, and your wife tapped you and you know, flagged the security to let me through. And he, you know, he gave me some good words, you know. And I just shook his hand.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You also got to touch that Rose Bowl stage, man. Khaled brought you out there.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. Shout out Khaled and Lenny S for that.
You might have inspired Jigga bringing out the vest again, the Rollie and the vest on the tour,
think so?
man.
You
I'm
think
Jigga
so?
with the Rollie and the vest.
Yeah, that's crazy. That show was incredible. That show was next level. Yeah. I had seen it first in Philly, and I seen y'all at the Rose Bowl in L.A. I had my kids and shit with us. It was crazy, though.
But you also went back home to
Africa, to Eritrea.
right?
Yeah.
Eritrea.
Oh,
So
we're
what
gonna
was that
edit that beat
experience like?
Man, you know, that was cool. I didn't get to stay as long as I did last time. So I didn't have the same, it didn't get to sink in. Last time I stayed for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? It was no Twitter, it was no IG, it was no, so we weren't as connected. So when you was in Africa, you was in Africa. This time, you know, I stayed at the hotel. I'm Nip now. So it's different when I go outside, but I got to see my family and, you know, it was dope, you know, just breathing that air and going. I got to meet the president.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I landed at the airport, and they had a minivan waiting for me, and I drove into the country.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
And gave me my passport, and they handled everything for me.
Wow.
So, yeah, they treated me great. You know, I ate good. You know, spent time with my family. I think I stayed for a little bit over a week, a little, like 10 days maybe. And I had to get back and get ready for tour. Yeah, it was cool though.
Right.
I'm a little concerned though, Nip. You getting your bylines on, man. Players Tribune, man. You trying to take me out? You writing articles now, man? What's going on, man?
Oh yeah, nah, that was their idea. But you know, I worked with their writer, so he took what I wrote and then he, you know, put his spin on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Players Tribune. Well, so it's about you're building with, I guess, with Puma.
Yeah.
In your area, Crenshaw, you're building like a basketball, rebuilding a basketball court situation.
Yeah. So it's an elementary school called 59th Street Elementary, and it's on our area. And Puma just relaunched their basketball campaign. So part of the campaign, they wanted to go into certain communities of they, you know, brand ambassadors and just like do basketball events. And so we talked about what school or what playground we could renovate and, you know what I mean, just beautify and also, you know, create a vibe to have events at. And so that was the one we chose. And, you know, the artist came down, he painted the courts, redid them, painted the handball courts and everything. And just, you know, the school is chain link fence covered. So when you drive by, you see the painting. The whole playground look colorful now. Yeah, so, you know, shout out to Chief at Puma. That was something he put together with us.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Streets ain't for everybody. Get them grades up.
Right.
That's my second favorite line on the album.
Yeah.
You say you was gonna say some of your favorite lines, Elliot. You had some besides the
Yeah. Pick a song, man. I'm gonna
pick a
tell you
song. Oh shit, like Russian roulette. Which one is your favorite favorite song? Do you have it?
That Blue Laces
The Blue
too, though,
Laces?
still takes me in that zone, man.
That might be one of my
That
favorites.
last verse, because they said, you know, Jay with the What's Free, that's one of the best verses of the year. But that Nip Hussle in that last verse on Blue Laces too, though.
Right. Yeah, that's when I knew my album was done. I was listening to my album and I'm just like, damn, you know, I started listening to classics and I'm like, damn, you know, that third verse on One Love from Nas, the Stand song from Eminem, you know what I'm saying? Certain like, It Was All Good just a week ago. Yeah. Them stories, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's what I'm lacking. I don't got a story for real. Like, and that we talked about, you know, on Young Nigga, it was like little quick little flashbacks, but it wasn't an in-depth story, you know? So when I did Blue Laces, I'm like, all right, it's complete now, you know?
Yeah. You know what's this about Young Nigga, though? It's like it seems like you just kind of dancing on the track with Puff do the ad-libs, and then you just go into a rap mode where like you catch a zone. Yeah. And then even the ad-libs are on the back, and it's just like you just kind of go in.
Yeah, that was off the head too. You know, that was some, you know, I did that record a long time ago, and we changed the production on it. But I did that record probably 2 days after that Party Next Door record came out. So whenever that West District original came out, I told my producer to flip that beat and let me rap.
So you knew right away you wanted to
Yeah, immediately. I was riding around listening to that record. I'm like, I want to rap on this, man. You know what I'm saying? I hit Party and them, they hit Back in Time. I'm just like, man, flip this record, man. But then Party, they ended up clearing it. They ended up, you know, so he was actually like low-key featured on it. Yeah.
Are we going to get any more videos?
Yup. I'm going to do a video. I did a video of the Victory Lap, the intro, and I'm going to do one of Blue Laces to finish.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get to review that video yet, man.
Not yet. We working on it.
I didn't know there was going to be a video for it. Okay.
Yeah, and we're going to do one for Blue Laces. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I feel like there's gonna be. Is there a sequel to the album? We're gonna get a
part
extended
2
version.
I do have records, you know, that was being considered, but I don't know. I just got to think about what's the best move to make. I'm really trying to make new music, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't hold the music back. I land it somewhere. I'm gonna do an All Money In project with the team that I'm getting ready to push as, you know, the official artist on the label.
Yeah, you have a new artist, right?
Killer Twan.
Killer Twan.
Yeah, then Pac-Man.
He was like, send me some
Stone.
beats, man. Killer Twan ready to go. Let's go.
I got like 15 songs I'm gonna play for y'all on my phone. He been in the studio over the last month. He going crazy. He out the Nickerson Gardens. And if you really listen to Bullets Ain't Got No Name Volume 1, Killer Twan on there.
Oh, okay.
He's on the last record, you know, so we been working with Killer, and you know, like I told y'all off camera, the focus was to get the album out, but we had a in-depth plan of what we wanted to do. And so part of that is getting the label really solidified, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like I said, we got Killer, we got Pac, we got J Stone, Kabi, BH, and then we working with a ton of other artists too, but you know, we gonna come with the original home team of my homies that grew up in the section with us and you know, building the sound with us, and then it's gonna turn straight music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you never was stingy. Like I think about like Volume 3, you always had a lot of collaborators like Kabi and.
I mean, that's
like
just
that.
how we start making music. We had studios in our neighborhood. If I had the equipment, it was in my spot, and in my closet was the mic, and Cuzzy would come pull up and lay a verse, and Kabi would lay a verse, and then you know Robin Hood would have a studio, and we'd go to his spot and record. So, you know, that was just how we made music. Right. It's times when it's like a solo personal moment, and it's like this is a solo project or this is a solo record, but overall, we all made music collectively together. Yeah.
How's Granny feeling about the success, man?
Oh, man. We took Granny with us to Vegas. She was on the Puma Jet with us. Yeah. She was turned up, man.
Puma Jet is nice,
Yeah.
man.
Planes, the planes outfit?
For sure, she had the Bet On Yourself.
Yeah, shout out
The Emery collab, yeah.
Yeah, because in the Players Tribune thing, you spoke a lot about her. Like, for people that don't know, can you speak on her role in?
Yeah, Granny just, I'm sure anybody grew up, how we grew up, you know, Granny's an important part of the family. And my granny was just like backbone, you know what I mean? And we lived with Granny for the first 7 years of my life, you know what I mean? So she had a 2-bedroom house, and it was me, moms, and bro in the other bedroom in the bed together. And Granny wake up, cook breakfast every morning, you know what I'm saying? Like an old school, you know what I mean, structured, never really angry, always good energy. Yeah. She's a unique person, but you know, easiest person to love. Anybody, you might get in the elevator and love Granny by the time you get off. That's just how her spirit is. She talked to everybody. She just, you know what I mean, a happy person. Yeah, 86 and still wake up every morning. You know,
sharp.
Yeah, drop my son off. She had my son all day. She go out to the, you know, events with us and all that. Took her to the Pac premiere when the Pac movie came out. She just, you know, it's a pure spirit, you know? Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
We see the family in the upfront, man.
Yeah, you know, my thing is really like a family business, for real. Yeah. My dad is a part of the Marathon Clothing. He worked every day at the shop, you know what I mean? My brother is my business partner. Yeah. You know, my sister worked with us, you know what I mean? Moms, everybody. It's really like a family business, for real. You know, my girl is in all my videos, you know what I mean?
They say you put a ring on it, man.
Man, that was, you know, for the record. You know what I'm saying? Just for the record.
I mean, I won't get my boss involved.
By the way, the caliber woman Lauren is, that's a wife off top.
Right.
Sir.
Period. You know what I mean?
Yes,
but
sir.
We didn't get married. You know what I mean? So we was at the club celebrating her birthday. I'm sure. I might be invite everybody to dinner and say, bring y'all wives.
Right.
Y'all might not be married. Y'all know how we talk. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we was just having fun celebrating her birthday. Yeah. You know what I mean? We going out tonight too. It's she hosting at Moreno.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was great to see you. Like, you're out there more, you know, sharing with us.
Right. You know, it just TMZ was in front of the club, you know, so they caught us just after we ate dinner, drunk some shots, you know, in a little good mood. They got a little extra out of us. So it's all good.
I heard you say something about, in terms of like the business, how people consume music, so you said an interesting quote. You said like almost like the metric for success almost is inspiration. Because a lot of times before you even had the catalog, people always speak about Nip Hussle, like he inspires me. Can you talk about how that like it still continued to be like, to me, like the foundation of what you do? Like
Right.
you creating great content, but it still inspires others.
Right. Yeah, I think I read that somewhere. It was just like the highest human act is to inspire. You know what I mean? And so for me, it's like, why do I don't care really the business side of music outside of just being a hustler. When it comes to music I love, you know, I might pay attention and get informed about how the album performed, but it don't really influence how I feel about the music. So, you know, when I thought about what factor make me like the music, you know, what really is it? And I think it's like the music that inspires you. That's what you really, that's the stuff you play over and over again. That's the music. And you got shit that entertain you, shit that, you know, motivates you. But I think at the core, all that, it inspires you to dance. It inspires you to get some money. It inspires you to fall in love. But it inspires you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that that's the goal of making music, is to inspire some emotional reaction from people, you know? Yeah.
So whether it does gold, platinum, that's not really important to you. It's more so about,
I mean, it's what I know. You create classic music, people gonna catch on.
Right.
It's gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna perform how I perform. You know what I mean? But as a hustler, yeah, I want my shit to go platinum. You know what I'm saying? I want my shit
clear.
because I want to charge what a platinum artist charge for everything. You know what I mean? And I want to be multi. But it's steps. You know what I mean? We gonna play the game how it go.
right.
I think you said something too that Kendrick don't get credit in the sense of how he cracked that commercial code, but in a sense you feel like he never really went commercial with his music. It's like the people just responded that way. It took it.
I think they came to what he was doing.
Yeah.
Section 80 doesn't sound too far from Good Kid. They completely different sonically and the storyline, but they don't sound like a different artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Up until where he at now, to where I feel like, you know, I think they just came to him, and I think that's the goal. You know what I mean? Because it's like you didn't pursue it, and you ended up with it, so you don't gotta change for it. You get to be who you are. You know
Do you feel like the next step after Victory Lap, this next album is maybe even that thing that takes that?
I mean,
even
I feel
further?
like you know, you gotta think. The last project I put out was Mailbox Money or Crenshaw, like officially, right? I had mixtapes after that, but you know, from that to this, you know, that's a
Hell of a jump.
That's a hell of a jump. You know what I mean? And so from Victory Lap to what we do next, you gotta think I learned a lot from when I put out Crenshaw and Mailbox Money, and everything went into Victory Lap that I learned, and I'm gonna learn a lot from now until, you know, this next thing that come out. I've learned a lot just putting this project out. This is my first major label release.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's the first time I actually, you know, mix and master the project. You know what I mean? It's the first time we really did a full campaign and marketed the album and did radio runs and all that. And, you know, I feel like, cool, I got it. I figured out what it looked like. I know the whole process, the whole team at Atlantic. I know who everybody is. We got a working history. The next one gotta be bigger. You know what I mean? It gotta, you know, continue to grow. You know what I'm saying, in my opinion. Yeah.
So can you give us a sneak peek into 2019?
Man, more music, that's my goal. You know, more than anything, just to be upfront. I got a ton of business stuff. Y'all gonna see as that unfolds.
Right. Yeah.
But the music is what's, you know, everybody's tuned in for.
Yeah.
So just more music, for real.
Cool, we appreciate it, Nip, man. Good luck
Always.
at the Grammys, man.
Always. Thank y'all,
like
man.
his family.
Yeah. Y'all killed y'all cup. I was going slow, huh? Let me catch up, man.
The victory sip.
Love,
One more
love.
time, man.
Yeah.
Nip Hussle,
Nip.
baby.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Love.
Absolutely.
Rap Radar Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.